Hey everyone, so today I got a package. It is a big one, a very big one. So instead of talking about it, I'm just gonna open it up, see how glorious it is in person. Here we go. There you go. Lords of Thunder for Sega CD. Now this game came out in 1995. It came out for a few platforms, Turbo Duo, Sega CD, the Virtual Console, and PlayStation Network. You can get it on there as well. But this one was one of the few shooters when it came out back on the Sega CDs. So this one really filled a void when it came out. The only problem is that some of the reviews for this were not as good as they were for the Turbo CD. So a lot of people weren't extremely happy, but this has an epic soundtrack, which you'll find out in a little bit. Now first, how much did it cost? Well, this will run you somewhere around $185, $190. That's complete in box. That's with everything, and this one was $200. So not too bad. Especially since this is in incredible shape. There's no cracks. If you have a Sega CD or you collect Sega CDs, you know how fragile these boxes can be. So this is in fantastic shape, and I'm very happy. And if you can find one in this condition, definitely pay the extra money. But this one, if you were to get it brand new, factory sealed, you could probably buy it or sell it for somewhere around $630. So one of the most important things that I like for Sega CD is to have that styrofoam. And thankfully this does, it's the original. And so here is the disc. This is in really good shape. And of course, the manual. This looks almost brand new. So very happy about that. Now, like I said, this one has an epic soundtrack. So the only thing really left to do on this is to pop it in and play this bad boy. All right, so I cannot even explain to you how excited I am to play this game. This is an awesome game. You're gonna love it. Now, you can't sit here and tell me this isn't one of the best soundtracks of any game you've heard specifically for the Sega CD. I mean, it just rocks. And if you're wondering who did this music, from what I understand, it's a company or some sort of music company named Tease Music. So there you go. So I was going to give you the backstory of the game, but I'll let them do it themselves.
The once peaceful land of Mistral was about to be plunged into a time of death and turmoil. From the darkest reaches of the land, the army of the Garuda Empire, under the command of High Priest Sornbel and the 6 Stark generals, had begun the invasion of Mistral. Not since the Battle of the Gods during the time of the Sword had the beautiful countries of Mistral seen such savage destruction. In this battle, the legendary knight Drac, with the goddess Luxina, had sealed the evil god Deoric deep under the 6 continents of Mistral. The Garuda Empire's intention was to resurrect the evil god Deoric and to plunge the world into darkness. The people of Mistral fought to stop the invasion, but they were no match against the superior force of the Garuda Empire. As the last hope of the people of Mistral, one knight alone stands to save this land. His name was Duran, the last in the bloodline of the legendary knight Drac. Protected by the mystical armor of Drac, Duran alone confronts Sornbel and the Garuda Empire. Will Duran be able to stop the Garuda Empire, the resurrection of Deoric?
So epic. Oh, there's more. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love, love, love this game. If that doesn't get you pumped up to play this game, nothing will. Trust me, nothing. So let's tell you a little bit about this. You have 4 armors to choose from. You've got water armor, fire armor, wind armor, and earth armor. And they all have their kind of special little powers that they have. So you can also come to this little shop, if you will, and buy some goodies from this mystical woman, whoever she is. And I've always found that elixir is probably one of your best bets, because that'll just automatically go up when you run out of life, basically, and let you continue. So I would definitely get that. And you can also, put up your power, of course. So this is the water armor that I'm using anyway. And the one thing that this kind of gets a knock on is that there's so much going on that it gets confusing. I don't know if I really believe that. It can. I think the first time I played it, it was a little overwhelming, but you kind of just get used to it. But there's tons of gems. Literally everything you kill spits out a gem. And these are the gems you pick up so you can buy stuff from the mystical woman at the end of every round. And again, that soundtrack is just phenomenal. I love it. So anyway, so like I said, this game came out in 1995. It's been on a number of systems, including the Turbo Duo, which that one seems to be that one actually seems to get the higher ratings when it comes to reception of the game. The Turbo CD, I should say, gets the nod as the better version, but it's hard to say yes or no on that because I don't own a Turbo CD. I only own a Sega CD, and I can tell you just from the Sega CD, this thing is freaking awesome. So if it's awesome on this, congrats to Turbo CD if you can make this any better. But generally, what the ratings for this game, at least for the Sega CD version, we're somewhere, if you're gonna give it between 1 and 10, 10 being the best. Generally, it's sat around 6, maybe 7. Where the Turbo CD version usually was a little bit higher than that. So if you've got the Turbo CD version, I'd love to hear from you, and let me know what you think and why it's better than the Sega CD version. Because if it's better, it actually may persuade me to buy the Turbo CD. So this came out on Turbo Duo, like I said, in 1993. Didn't come out for the Sega CD until 1995. It also did make its way to the Virtual Console for the Wii, as well as the PlayStation Network in 2010. The Virtual Console came out in 2008. So there are also 5 different maps to go to. One of them is Descent, which is basically a desert continent. You have Azul, which is basically a water continent. La Mirada, a volcano continent. Bosque, which is a jungle continent. And Helado, which is an ice continent. There's also Siloam, which is a cloud continent, and then you've got the Dark Tower, where the lair of Sornbol is located. So one of the shining moments of this, one of the many shining moments, I should say, of this game is the bosses. They are just flat out cool. They're just super cool. One of the cool features that I really enjoy on this game is the use of your sword. So if you get close enough to an opponent, you actually pull out your sword and swipe at him, which actually is a stronger attack than just shooting at him. So if you can get close enough, hit him with that sword and it won't take him long to die. The hard part, of course, is just getting close enough. The other knock that it gets is that it's so easy. I actually won this game in one sitting. Did I mention this thing has freaking awesome music? So that is Lords of Thunder, one of my favorite side-scrolling shooters on the Sega CD, if not my favorite, and I will tell you it's because of the soundtrack. There are actually a handful of shooters on the Sega CD that I really enjoy, and this one to me is the best because of the soundtrack itself, and it's also a solid shooter. So what do you think? Is it worth the $200? If not, how much would you pay for it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please check out my other videos I have on my channel. And don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so that every video that comes out, you'll be the first to know. And I will see you next time on another episode of The Layman Video Gamer. I'm Scott Galaxy. Bye-bye.